never get a second chance at a first impression? Or do you? At least that's what one Bert Show listener was hoping this weekend, because she messed up the first impression and was hoping to double down on a second one.
Yeah, so she really liked this guy, and they were dating for, I believe, 3 months or so, and she wanted to make a really good impression on his parents. But that hadn't happened in the past because he made it very clear that every time he allowed someone to meet his mom, it didn't go well. So she was in her head about it. She wasn't sure exactly how to handle it. She reached out to us, and we all basically landed on her finding him finding her dad's shrine, which was sports.
No, mom's. It was supposed to be. She was supposed to find mom's shrine, but what ended up happening is
Mom's shrine was dad. Yeah. and dad's shrine was sports. Got it. Right. So that's how she landed on trying to communicate with dad through sports. And well, it went well. It went so well that mom felt a bit left out. And her boyfriend.
Did she think it was like a little inappropriate maybe? She was spending so much time with her husband and stuff?
oh
Flirting.
yeah.
Flirting was the word that was used, right?
And her boyfriend thought the same thing. Because he even
Exactly.
got mad at her on the way home. Like, you literally sat there and flirted with my dad all night in front of my mother. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's bold, savage.
Yeah. So she worked it over with the boyfriend, but she still hadn't worked it over with mom yet. And so the plan was for her to meet up with mom one-on-one, and then they communicate, and for her to finally kind of express to mom what happened and how she was a little bit into her head and maybe she did too much, and just be honest and open with her and finally get a chance to truly be herself.
Have you guys ever run into this before we get to the email update, where you made a really bad first impression on a family that you were trying to impress? One of your ex-girlfriends?
Nah.
No,
never done
luckily.
that.
Nah.
Yeah.
I've always had good luck when it comes with the families.
Yeah. I think I told you guys the very first time I met my ex-wife's dad, I didn't know he was going to be at her apartment, and I was out with the guys that night, was just going over there to crash at her house, and I'm hammered. Oh. Yeah, and he's walking down the stairs as I'm walking up, and I was just buzzed enough to be 100% honest with him and say, this is not how I want to meet you for the very first time. Okay, I've been drinking. And he's the kind of guy that really respected that, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. It actually started off on a good note. All right, so this is what she says about this weekend with his mom. She says, oh, it starts off bad. Ugh. Ugh. She brought her husband. That wasn't supposed to happen, right?
No.
It was supposed to be one-on-one with mom. Bless you.
Yeah, because she was going to like fall on the sword and be like, listen, this is what I was trying to do. This has been a complete just misunderstanding.
That was legitimately the most silent sneeze I have ever not heard in my life.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed.
The only reason why I can do that is because my legs are crossed right now. If they were not crossed, we'd be in
A little puddle.
So she says, she brought her husband. Imagine my surprise as I was sitting at the table waiting for her to arrive. I didn't want to be late, so I got there early. She walks in with her husband. I didn't even have time to panic. I stood up to say hello. Before I could make a move, he gave me this big old bear hug, and I was looking over his shoulder. I could see her glaring at me. I went to give her a hug, and it was like hugging a cold, dead fish. That's what she writes.
Cold and dead, huh? Okay.
Cold, dead fish.
I mean, you ever hug somebody who doesn't hug you back?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
He sat down, and I had zero idea what to do or what to say. It was already going to be awkward, but she tripled that by bringing him. So I awkwardly excused myself to the bathroom, and I called my boyfriend. He apologized and said he had no idea his mom was going to bring his dad and that I should abort the original plan. It would be too weird to have that convo in front of his dad. I went back to the table, and his dad immediately started talking about the college games from the weekend. I saw her face immediately. I saw her face, and I was like, oh, crap. This is only going to make things worse. I engaged in some quick chatter about college football and immediately put the focus on her. What a wonderful mother she is, having raised such a sweet, caring, and kind young man. That seemed to soften her just a little bit, but then Dad started in on sports again. She's like trying to get out of the mafia. Absolutely not. That's when I excused myself again. I made the decision in the bathroom that this wasn't gonna work. So I went back out and I apologized profusely, saying I wasn't feeling well and that maybe I had caught that bug that's going around and I'd hate to get either of them sick. I quickly parted ways and cried the whole way back to my apartment, more so from frustration. I texted my boyfriend that the whole thing was a bust and that his mother would hate me forever. Aww. He's determined to make sure that's not the case, but I honestly don't know how this can be fixed. There's your update. Right there. Yes, Kat. What do you have?
I think it's time to call mom and just come clean. I think you absolutely just do a phone call because obviously if you invite her anywhere, dad's going to come.
Right. Yeah.
So it's got to be on the phone and you say, hey, listen, I feel like I made a really bad impression. I was trying to, talk to someone that you loved, but it had excluded you. Then I wanted to invite you out to lunch one-on-one. Love your husband. He's great. I mean, play that down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to have one-on-one convo with you, and that went sideways too. So I left early because I felt like I wasn't getting to spend the quality time with you and get to know you that I wanted. And just come clean. If it worked with your father-in-law, Bert, like the brutal honesty, maybe that's the Hail Mary that she needs.
Maybe so.
Or just never address it.
Punt. Just punt.
Yeah, I would punt too. Just let it play out.
Point, right?
I mean, you've only been dating 3 months. What's the odds it's actually going to work out?
Look, you're going to go in.
Well, never if mom thinks you're after her husband.
I know, right?
The Bert Show.
So, first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.